Hello, thank you for watching. If you could subscribe or leave a like or leave a comment, I'd appreciate it very much. Thank you very much for watching. So I'm marking out some flat bar now. Can you guess what I'm up to by this now? Yes, it's another set of pallet forks. I've bought another pair of forks, the same exact ones as we use ourselves. And I've got the steel here, it's been waiting around for a while when I had the forks a while ago. I'm going at it now. I'm going to make myself a second pair of pallet forks for my own use then. So it's the same forks and all as the ones we have. So it's going to be exactly the same design and all. Maybe brackets spaced out a little bit. Basically, one set will be on one machine loading a trailer. The other set will be on another machine unloading it to save having to put the forks on a trailer and move it about all the time. So that's what's up really anyway. So I got the whole set here and I've measured out the different spacings on it. There's even pencil marks. I've marked this out. There's a new mark with depth now. We'll center punch always, drill a hole, then grinder down each side to make a slot. And I've sort of clamped that already. I just need to weld that to a box because that's plain anyway. I'll have to drill and cut this before welding it to a box section. Starting the slow process of drilling all these holes out. So I'm starting off with a small bit and I'll work through them all in stages with bigger and bigger bits. So I've already done this half. And now I'm working on this half. I don't have a CD going for the normal drill bits. I only use that for the hole saws. Okay, cup of tea now then. So I've gone now just to dig out the forks. So we've got two sets then ready to make them. Have to get them when you can really. So this type of lever or push up is exactly the same as ones we have and the same measurement and all. Just exact ones then. So I'm going to use these so it keeps the same, so I can swap a fork over from one to another, or if you find a better set you can sort of swap them over the same frame. So that's one side finished. So with these I always weld the top all the way across, because that's where the weight sort of pulls on it, because the fork sort of wants to lean forward the weight. So weld this fully. Then underneath it can be sort of stitch weld, you know, here, here, here sort of thing. So I had a load of clamps this time. Usually I'd go bit here, bit there. This time I had a load of clamps bottom, so I could clamp it all up and tack it all in place and just go right across. So that's what I did really. This lower one now, I'm just going to do sort of stitch welding on it. I mean just here and there sort of thing. So reason for that is this will be bottom. So when you have weight on the forks, they'll lean down like this. So just push against this. So unless you're pressing down the ground, it won't be pulling on this at all. So you don't actually need to do it full length really. Like the top, when you weight on it, that hook will pull on that, so you need the extra strength. But like that here, it'll be pushing in it, so you don't actually need it. When you have weight on here, it'll pull this forward. So that hook will grab on the top and try to pull it. So that's why I'm doing it full length. This one now will actually push inwards. So there's no actual strain on these really, unless you're pressing downwards on it, but you don't really do that. Now that's the first stage over with. So now I've done this one. I meant, you know, when I said stitch welding, I meant you do a little bit, leave a gap, do a little bit, like a stitch in. So that's done. The flat bars on the box section, two of them. So I'll put two of them up here now and work out the height it needs to be, well the gap needs to be, so those two can hook inside there. And see, so basically used 80mm box and then some 4-inch flat, so it sticks out enough to hook into those. So I finished up welding, had these brackets now, and we have these stiffeners on them. Much stronger job. Only thing, the bracket's a bit too long for a frame really, and these, but I reckon say put it there and sort of chop that off about there. All this will still stiffen this from bending anyway. Last time I showed these brackets were about down here, were quite long really, But I had a look at the other attachments we have, and the proper quickie ones, these are aftermarket, are only this long. So I thought, why not? And just chop the end off it, and if it's a lot more tidy now. So it's been a bit since I've done the pallet forks, and I'll tell you why. So I've got this piece of nice new 3 by 1.5 ish channel iron. So I'll use it to space my brackets out so it's easier to hook on. As I tell you now, the Euro Combi headstock has a big lump here for the number 5 trimmer and a big lump over here for the number 8 Euro, and number 3 is in between. So when you tip it forward, those two lumps sort of stick here and you can't sort of curl it forward to hook on easy. So I'm spacing out now to make it easier to hook on basically. Couldn't find a piece of this channel, only had one enough for one bit. So I've been looking around, because the steel place is a few miles away, save going there just to get a little piece. So I found this old piece of channel from a parameter machine cut up before. So that's it done, looking a lot better. So everything's tacked and clamped in place. So I tacked the end plates on first, blanking plates then, put it down so those would basically hold it up and down. Then get the middle, tack this in place, then clamp the brackets on and get them just in the middle. So it's all tacked in place now and fully welded. Just about done, need to paint it now. I've gone over it now and got rid of the sharp edges and little spatter from welder, etc. So because I cut the brackets shorter, I brought it down and these stiffeners weren't sticking up too much, so I made a couple of triangle bits for gussets. While I'm painting that, I'll also give this coat of paint. So I'll go over it now with a grinder and wire brush and clean it up. So that's them done really. This is just primer now. So I've started now to paint this black. Just had a half a tin ready open, so that's the colour it's getting anyway. So I've just put it on the bobcat now to lift it up to a nice height so I can put the forks on it. So that's it finished with and put together. The only differences of this and the usual ones I make is this now has a bracket spaced out a bit, so it's easier to hitch up to a tractor. Is when you tip it forward to actually hook it on, you see this lump here? So this lump here will tip forward and miss this, and this lump here. And I've also put extra notch in the middle here. So the reason for that is, if I do want to use it with a ball hitch on the end of one of the forks, then I can put it right in the middle so it's nice in line to actually reverse the trailer into somewhere. So that's the two differences, the usual ones. But yeah, I'm very pleased how it's turned out anyway. So I guess that's it from me for now then. Thank you for watching.